Okay, we can start. For those who don't know, the group n8n Automations and AI is a group where I try to share my passion for n8n that allows us doing automations, and also AI because the real potential of n8n is using it with AI inside the workflows. They recently implemented AI for creating workflows. Someone is in the lobby. Just one moment. Okay. Yes, someone in the lobby. It's here. Okay, back to sharing. Yes. So as I was saying, first of all, I think it's better to understand all of us how we can have an n8n on its own server, independent, because that gives you a lot more power than the one you can rent for $20. So that's why in the last meetup I presented how you can install n8n connected to a Postgres database on a Linux server or a Linux server. And now I'm going to show you how you can also link it to a domain name, actually a subdomain name, to have it exposed on a simple address with an SSL secured connection, to be able to access it from everywhere easily and to be able to call it from everywhere easily with webhooks. For that, there isn't one click. Sorry for the confusion. Actually, what I created is a script, an SH script that only asks for some basics inputs. For example, the name of your domain name or subdomain for n8n. Same for cockpit if you also want to expose it via Cloudflare. Also for SSH connection. That's just next up. Then it also asks for the name of a database for Postgres. If not, it will add one by default. Same for the username. The password, it's better to declare it. It won't add one by default. And once he has all these inputs, we'll install everything. And you'll be good to go. Nevertheless, there is a first step before that. You need to have a Cloudflare account and domain name. That's not mandatory. You can still use the script without Cloudflare, without the domain name. But to benefit of a secure connection, it's better to have this one too. In my vision, the n8n can reach its full potential on a server. I use Rocky Linux because it's the version that replaced CentOS. That was the free version of Red Hat Enterprise Linux that was paid. Red Hat, they abandoned CentOS because that was not profitable for them. But someone developed Rocky Linux that still has enterprise features, and that's why I use it. And once again, to use n8n at its full potential, it's better to use a database, Postgres, a secure connection, and ideally your domain name that it's easier to protect via Cloudflare, and it's free on top of that. So the solution is either you search for the doc everywhere, you try, you fail, even the errors have errors, there is a triple error, just so it. Or the simpler way is to use a script where all you have to do is to input some simple data, some text, username, password, and you'll be good to go. For demonstrating this, I will first create a Cloudflare account. Like this, you will see the steps from zero. After that, I will share with you the documentation of what I did. I haven't created one before because I don't have many email address available. I have one here. I will sign up for the free. Okay, so no, that's not a good one. Sorry, that's the one I will use for the demo, but it's not the one I want to create a new account for. I want to sign up, not to log in. Okay, continue with Google. Okay, it is this one that I haven't used yet. Okay, once you created an account, you can simply add an existing domain, one that you have. For example, on Squarespace, I have one that I haven't used yet. I used it, but I don't use it anymore. This one, so I pick one file. And if I add it here, continue, he will scan for the current DNS records. I go free, yes. Okay, as you can see, it already found what I have there. It then suggests me to go to activation, and to do that, if I remember correctly, he will ask me to replace the current name servers with the one of Cloudflare. Inside the DNS settings, it's basically the same on all the domain name providers. There is an area for updating DNS. You can also update domain name servers. And here you can use custom name servers. In this case, what I won't do, is to replace the current domain name servers with one of Cloudflare. And then the propagation, the replacement will take about from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. That's why I won't do it live. I also noted here that once you have an account, if you don't have a domain, you buy one, of course. Then once you add a site, you choose the free plan, except if you want directly the paid plan, and you update your domain registrar's name servers with the one provided by Cloudflare. You should do that here. Normally it will ask you to disable a security feature, but that's beyond that. Depending on the domain name provider, that will be different, so I prefer not doing it. I've already done it for another account. I'll show you. Also, once it's activated, once the new name servers are updated, you will receive a mail from Cloudflare. Okay, so now I will use I don't know if it's this one, the email that's already linked to my accounts. Yes, it's linked to this one. Here I already have the name servers activated. There is an area DNS that I cleaned up earlier. You see there's nothing here. So now this part is finished. All I have to do is to connect to my server for Linux. That will install everything that I said earlier. And we can start on that part. I will open a terminal. For this demo, I'm using a virtual machine on my Mac. But that was helpful because thanks to that, I noticed that when you have a virtual machine on a Mac, you have the ARM version. So that allowed me to make the script more dynamic, to choose the version of the installers depending on the version of Rocky Linux. In real life, I don't think there are Rocky Linux servers running on ARM, but in this case, okay. Okay, so I will connect to my local server using SSH. This is the IP address. The password is password. Okay, a little bit clean up. And for using the script, you have two options. first of all, you will need to have Nano. That's a simple text editor. I already have it, but if you run it, nothing will happen. It will simply tell you, oh, maybe I didn't have it. No, nothing to do, I already have it, so it won't create any problems. Then you will have the option between downloading a script from a link that I will give you and directly making it executable, or creating a file. That's what I will do. Inside it, I will simply paste the content of the script that I have here. Command V for my Mac. It's pasting. There are 900 lines. Okay. Once you did that, you can save. Control O. You press Enter. That was also here. And to close, Control X. Okay. Next, you need to make the script executable. To add the X from executable. Okay. Have a little lag. Okay. Sorry, I've pasted the script here. A very useful command for those who don't know, it's clear, that cleans up the terminal. Okay, I will copy it, Command V, that's better. And now I can run the script. I will only have to add some inputs, and in a couple of minutes, everything should be up and working. I hope I won't have any surprises. It will ask me if I want to configure Cloudflare. I will, because I already have an account with the domain name, with the name servers connected to it. If you don't, there is no problem, I'll show you. It will simply skip this part. If you say no, it will go directly to the database. Okay, I want to do it. Yes, I want. It's simply, sorry, I'll zoom in a little. It's Command plus, I think, yes. Okay, if you chosen to add a domain name for n8n, actually what I'm using is subdomain names, because it's a lot more useful than having a domain name only for n8n. So I simply add n8n, that's the subdomain name, followed by the real domain name. In this case, it's cpec, no, it's geocraft.com. Okay, it will then ask me if I also want to expose Cockpit. That is a Linux dashboard that allows handling several things. I will say yes. I will add a subdomain name for Cockpit. I think you guessed it. cockpit.geocraft.art. I also use SSH for with Cockpit, because it's easier to connect using a domain name on SSH than what you saw earlier. SSH username, arrobas, IP address. There is a little complication here. You need to have Cloudflare on the machine where you want to connect with SSH via Cloudflare, but I will add it for the fun. The name, you guessed it. Okay, the name of the tunnel that will handle the subdomain names, I will leave it by default. Okay. It then asks me if I am okay with this info. Yes, I am. Next, for providing better performances to n8n, it's better to have a Postgres database. I will give the domain the default database name, n8n. For the user that will use this database, same. It then asks me for a password for this database. The confirmation. Okay, it doesn't match. That's good, because now you know what happens if you have a wrong input. Also, to be able to connect to a Postgres database with a password, you need to do some upgrades. By default, it allows only local connections directly, but to be able to connect n8n from a Docker container to it, you need to do it with a password. So that's why in the background there will be some changes that will be made, and among those changes is the fact that the Postgres, the admin of the Postgres database, we need to have a password. By default, he has none, but to be able to connect again, we need a password. That's why it asks for it. Okay. Also, it's better to not expose your database to the world. By default, with the script I added, it exposes it to the local host, but you can add directly other IP addresses, the ones that you know that you can use, for example, to export a database, and like this you will be able to connect from your machine, from localhost, but also from the IP addresses that you add here. I will add only one, for example. Okay. Yeah, I should have added Y. Yes, that's why it didn't work. I won't start over. Okay. Then it asks you if you want to use for n8n the domain name you added. Yes. Do you want a webhook? Yes, because this webhook will allow you to trigger your n8n workflows from outside. You simply do an HTTP call to the webhook, and that can trigger the whole workflow. Yes. Since I added a subdomain name for n8n, it asks me if I want the same. Yes, because it will be secured via Cloudflare. So all I have to do is to leave empty and press enter. Do I want HTTPS? Of course. Security for all. The encryption key is needed because to be able to export and reuse your database with the same account n8n, you need the encryption key. And when you run an n8n container via Podman or Docker, you can add the variable with the encryption key. You connect to the same database or to the one you cloned, and like this, everything you had before will be already accessible. If not, everything is lost. Okay, I don't have an activation key, so no. Okay, then before starting to install everything, it simply gives me the data. I display the passwords. I know I shouldn't have, because I think it's easier to have it. In any case, you will be on your machine, on your laptop connected to your distant server. So if someone has access to your computer and can see that in real time, I think you already have a bigger problem than somebody using your n8n account. Okay, so I'm satisfied with all this data. I press yes. Then I have to add the password because I waited too long. Okay, first of all, it installs a Apple repository that will be needed for installing some plugins for Cockpit for server navigation. I will show you this once it's created. This is the longest part. It will take maximum a couple of minutes, so don't worry. Okay, it will unlock soon. Okay, I hope my network still works. Okay. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it's faster. Are you still there with me? I hope yes. Okay, so it installed things faster than I can read. It continues installing. Now it's at the Postgres stage. It's creating it's actually a Podman image for n8n. Okay, this step is important. It will give you a link that you'll have to use to connect to your Cloudflare account to log in. I'll simply go here, enter, and it asks me to choose a domain name. I will choose this one. Yes, I authorized it. Now if I go back, okay, I already have a tunnel named Rocky Tunnel because I already tested this account with another virtual machine, but fortunately I have the options to delete existing tunnel and create a new one. That's the better choice for me. Enter a different tunnel name or skip. I will simply delete it, the one existing, because I don't need it. Now it will create it already created. It will link the subdomain names to my IP address, as you can see, for the new tunnel. The installation is complete, and I have all the data of everything that happens. I have the cockpit address. I have the n8n address. I have the Postgres details. So this is the last chance to save it. Very important, I have the encryption key and also some instructions for connecting to SSH using the SSH of Cloudflare. And to show you the result, I will open Opera because the Chrome cache is immortal. Sometimes it never dies. Okay, where is my Opera? Okay, so I'll go to n8n. As you can see, I already tested it. I have a new instance of n8n. It's fresh out of the box. I'll go to cockpit. This one is the web application that allows you to see some data on the server. For the username here, you should use the one you used for installation. I'm logged in. And here, if I go to the Podman containers, I will see my n8n container. It's here, it's up and running. I can see some logs. It migrated because it was first installation. Running on this one, perfect. Also, the script installed Navigator that allows you to navigate to the files. So if you ever need to do something here, you can do it very easily. And that's about it. I can show you the script really quick. To make it simple, I think you already know that. You should never execute a script that you don't know, that you don't know if it's safe or not. So to make it simple, I will pass it to Claude, let's say. And that's this one. What does this script do? Is the potential security threat. Okay. And he will explain better than me what the script does. It's a comprehensive installer for n8n along with Cloudflare tunnel and cockpit. It hasn't mentioned Postgres, okay. main functions, the one that you just saw, security assessment, legitimate use, no inherently malicious, potential security use concerns require studio privilege. For the information, you can't install, you can install something on a server without sudo, but you can do pretty much anything with it. It opens the ports for being able to access to n8n, to Cockpit, and to Postgres from outside. With the precision that for Postgres there is a double security even if you expose the port. You can choose what IP addresses have access to a specific database, so there's no problem. Via Cloudflare, yes, of course. But also external dependencies, it downloads things, of course. If not, how could it install them? It stores, yes, this one was in case you miss the installation part, you forgot your password, then you'll have another chance to retrieve it. If I'm not mistaken, it should be here. Cloudflare combine should be here. Yes, you will have it here. So it's better to delete this. Once you have it, you take the content and you say bye to this, save and delete. Okay, then you can save it wherever you want. Okay, and that's pretty much it. With this script, you can have an installation of n8n with Postgres connected to Cloudflare to expose it to domain name. And that's about it. Do you have any questions, observations? I will share the script with you after that in the Meetup group. All comments are welcomed. No? Okay. Well, if you have nothing to add, I think we can stop here. And for the next meetings, okay, AB, yes. Thank you for being here. Happy to make a meeting. Yes, me too. I'm not used to the chat here. Where is the chat? It's here. Okay, okay, be great. Okay. And for the next meetups, we can go to more fun things. For example, we can watch the sub workflows, the power of sub workflows. Have yes, AB. The advantage with this approach is that there are no limitations. You can have as many workflows as you want, with as many execution as you want. Yes. Tristan, yes. Alex, yes. There will be a recording. Yes. Okay. And to give you an idea, I will show you something that I'm working on. I have it is here. Okay, I won't have the password here. I created an OCR tool where I don't know the password. Okay, I'll go to the one that is not updated. Okay, so no, it's not good. Okay, finally. So I created a Django application where I can do optical character recognition. And one of the benefits of using n8n is that you can do HTTP calls. And for example, I'm show you a simple workflow on one of the n8ns that I created for someone. I can simply call the tool that I created there with a simple HTTP call. It will have a binary input from this, and what we'll do, it will take the text from it. The benefit is that you can use it on the own server. If you have the OCR tool, it's not yet fully functional, so I can show you. If you have the OCR tool on your own server, n8n on the own server, it's as having the files locally. As you can see, it extracted the text from a pretty big PDF in a matter of seconds. You can handle this locally, and you can handle confidential data on your own machine, your own server. I don't know what it's safer than this, because even if you do it on your personal desktop, if you're connected to the internet, it's not far from being on your own server. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, I look if there are any other messages. Yes, there will be recording. Not on GitHub. I will simply add the links to the doc and the script that will point to Google Drive. It will be shared, so you will have it all. Yes. Also, in case you get it wrong, you will have the instructions for uninstalling. So yes, I think best scenario is to try it on a virtual machine first. Normally there shouldn't be any problems. As you can see, all you have to do is to add inputs to save somewhere the passwords. And if you ever get it wrong, you can simply roll back. There is nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So are you okay if for the next meetings we can talk about sub workflows in n8n? Is that something that would interest you? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Also, if you have other subjects in mind, don't hesitate, because the Meetup group is also AI. So in the future, I would also like to talk about Open Web UI. Do you know Open Web UI? Does anyone know Open Web UI? I don't know if the last yes is for yes, I know it, or for other thing. Okay, I will show it anyway. So Open Web UI is a web application open source created by passion developers, where you can connect using API key to a lot of models, to all the Anthropic models, Gemini, also OpenAI. And on top of that, you can also use your own local models that run locally on your machine. On this one, I don't think I have any, because it's a server, it can run a lot. But I tried different. I tried Gemma, I tried Granite from IBM, I tried DeepSeek, who didn't. Phi, this one is one of my favorites. It's from Microsoft. They recently got out a very light version, V4 Mini, that I haven't tried out at its full potential yet. And the big benefit of OpenWebUI, on top of being able to connect to your local models, but also to Gemini, Anthropic, and other models, you can customize. Here, let's say I want to add a model. I will base it on, let's say, this one, okay. No need for description. Live model. Okay, I can add system prompts. You will just for example. Okay, to make it quick, I will create it. Then when I go back to my models, I should find it. Live model. I will ask, is the sky red? I don't know if that will work. If you will say yes, yes, it works. Okay, but in real life, you can use it for more complicated things, such as making him an expert for writing articles, LinkedIn posts, or other things like this. Okay, I see there are no other messages. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Don't hesitate to share your feedback on the Meetup group, to share the subject you would like to discuss. Even if you would like to do a presentation yourself, I would love it. You can share with us whatever passions you in the domain of automation, AI, let's say web development, no code. Yeah. And once again, thank you. Have a great evening and see you soon. Thank you.